Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday. It's May 23rd. Thanks so much for joining us on The Wax. I'm Caitlin Francis.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. We have a lot to get to here, but we first want to start with that forecast.
Yeah.
Everyone looking ahead to the weekend. A lot of folks have probably outdoor plans, and it's going to work out.
That's
Look
right.
at this.
This is nice. This is good.
Yeah.
It's a little deceiving, though.
It's chilly.
It's cold.
Chilly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really chilly out there. Temperature's still feeling like near 40.
Right.
So you need the jacket if you head out to work or school this morning. And the sun's not going to stick around today, unfortunately. We'll get there. Each day is gradual improvement through Memorial Day. But what we're looking at right now in Old Saybrook, a very, very pretty shot. Temperatures, they are in the 40s. And what's left of a nor'easter now, making its way still, it's not too far off, say just to the north and east of Cape Cod, keeping unsettled weather nearby. And that's the way things will stay throughout the day today as well as tomorrow. But First Alert Live radar scanning the state, mainly dry right now. Can't rule out a sprinkle, especially farther towards the west, but a little increase in coverage later on this afternoon, especially this evening. It's not much, and especially compared to yesterday, it's not even comparable. It's only a few showers that we'll see later on today. Temperatures 40s to now 50 in New Haven. There's still a light breeze out there out of the north and northeast, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour, making it feel cooler. So you notice the low 40s is what you're dressing for as you head out on this Friday. Your hour-by-hour forecast, notice we stay dry through the late morning and into the afternoon as temperatures climb into the 50s, but a few showers beyond that, and temperatures, they'll finally start to warm up by the end of the weekend and into next week. When do we make a run at 80 degrees? Forecasts coming up in less than 10. Hey, Kate.
All right. Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Let's get you an update on those roads. If you're getting ready to head out the door, maybe you have to head to work, bringing the kids to school or the bus stop. Maybe you're hitting the road early here this morning to head to your Memorial Day destinations. First alert in Stamford, Route 15 southbound between exits 35 and 34. Right lane there is blocked off due to a crash. That's really the only issue that I'm seeing across the state here this morning. Look at your screen. Live look in Hartford on 91, Waterbury on 84, Middletown along Route 9, Meriden along 691. Bright sunshine. You'll need the sunglasses. You might need the heat in the car, but traffic volume nice and light. No real significant delays. Just an hour-and-a-half ride down through Fairfield County on 95 southbound. That's a quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. Well, as we've been talking about all morning here, it's one of the busiest travel weekends of the year, and it's already underway.
Yeah, your reporter Roger Suzanin is tracking the crowds at Bradley International Airport, and he's helping you make sure that you don't miss your flight.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a pretty busy morning here at Bradley, but there's absolutely no reason for anybody to miss their flight. All you have to do is add a little time into your preparations. You can see at this point, though, the busiest part of the morning is essentially over. Still some lines at security, but nothing all that chaotic. We've seen lulls and also busy periods. In fact, I want to show you some video from earlier this morning. The craziest period of time here at Bradley was between 4:30 and 5:30. That's when we saw the longest lines at security. But really, no surprises here. AAA warns that this is probably going to be a record-setting holiday weekend. Listen to this. They predict that more than 45 million people in this country will visit somewhere at least 50 miles away from their home. That means the highways are going to be packed, and also nearly 4 million Americans will hop on a flight this weekend, which is about 12% higher than pre-pandemic levels. Now, one traveler that we spoke with, though, offered some pretty blunt advice for other folks who plan to fly this weekend.
Let's keep going. We got to get through here. Yeah, got to get back home.
What's your advice for other people traveling this morning?
Suck it up. Let's go.
Suck it up. Some good advice from Phyllis there. Also, some good advice if you are traveling this holiday weekend. Keep in mind, this is the first busy travel period since the Real ID policy went into effect. If you do not have a Real ID certified identification, you're going to have to go through this specific lane through security and also answer some additional questions. We have not seen major delays with that process, but it's another thing you have to keep in mind if you're traveling this weekend. Reporting at Bradley International Airport, I'm your reporter Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Roger, thank you. Travel expected, of course, to pick up on the roads as well today. This is a look at 95, a live look here in Milford. AAA estimates more than 40 million people will hit the roads this holiday weekend. Your best bet to beat the traffic is to leave before 11 a.m.
7:05 this morning, the Jewish community is mourning the deaths of 2 Israeli embassy staffers who were shot and killed while coming out of an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. A vigil was held last night, and here in our state, Jewish leaders say the attack is frightening.
I think our community feels like it could have been any one of us coming out of an event and murdered in cold blood by an anti-Semitic terrorist. So even though it's not brand new, it's engendered tremendous shock across the community.
The suspect is facing multiple charges this morning, including murder of foreign officials. He's being held in jail after appearing in court yesterday afternoon. He could face the death penalty if convicted.
A man was sentenced to prison for murdering his ex-girlfriend, a mother of 3, with an axe in Milford back in 2022. Ewan DeWitt was sentenced to 40 years behind bars, and it was an emotional day in court, as you can imagine. Loved ones of the victim called her killer a coward and reflected on the pain that he's caused.
Every birthday, holiday, Mother's Day, wedding, birth of a child will never, ever be the same.
Now, DeWitt accepted a plea deal back in March. Defense attorneys say he suffered from PTSD after serving as a Marine in Afghanistan. The victim's family says they will fight if the suspect ever petitions for early release. Well, this morning, the family of Jennifer Farber-Dulos is remembering her as they prepare to mark 6 years since her disappearance. She disappeared on May 24th of 2019. Her estranged husband was charged with murder. He died by suicide in 2020. His ex-girlfriend, though, Michelle Troconis, was convicted on lesser charges related to this case. Farber-Dulos' family and friends are encouraging people to support domestic violence prevention organizations in her honor.
Today, contract discussions are expected to continue between Pratt & Whitney and the union representing thousands of workers who have been on strike for almost 3 weeks. Talks began once again yesterday morning, as we reported. Senator Richard Blumenthal is expected to visit with workers on the picket lines today. Workers are calling for better benefits and job security.
Well, this morning, pennies could soon be a thing of the past.
All right, the bureau responsible for coin production sent in its last order for penny blanks and will stop producing them once they run out. The Treasury Department says it will save $56 million a year. Existing pennies can still be used, so if you've got them in your pockets or your piggy banks, you can still use them, but once those run out, businesses will round to the nearest nickel. This is some news we can all use this morning as well. The Friday before Memorial Day, so today, is designated as Don't Fry Day.
The National Council on Skin Cancer Prevention says the goal is to reduce the most common cancer. Your reporter Bradley Blackburn has more on how to stay safe in the sun.
These days, you'll find 66-year-old Teresa Stubbs under an umbrella at the beach, covered up and covered in sunscreen.
I put it on the face, I put it on the whole body that's going to be exposed. I've got the hat on, I've got sunglasses on. It's feeling so well.
She had plenty of sunburns as a kid, which led to several non-melanoma skin cancers over the last 25 years, 4 in just the last few months.
If you notice a change like that or anything different, you really have to get it looked at.
One blistering sunburn can double your risk of skin cancer.
Dermatologic surgeon Dr. Nicole Golbari at NYU Langone Health says protection starts with a water-resistant broad-spectrum sunscreen that blocks UVA and UVB rays. She also recommends tinted sunscreen, which has iron oxide in it.
Having a tinted sunscreen protects not just against the ultraviolet light, but also against the visible light. The visible light is what can cause hyperpigmentation of the skin, excess aging of the skin.
Also choose a sunscreen with an SPF of at least 30.
I prefer my patients don't wear SPF 100 one time a day. It's more about wearing SPF 30 multiple times a day. Reapplication is key.
Teresa's skin cancers were taken out through Mohs surgery, a procedure that allows Dr. Golbari to take as little of the skin as possible while removing the entire cancer.
All of those have helped us be more precise in our diagnoses and our treatment, and ultimately lead to better patient satisfaction, less scarring, and earlier detection.
I love the sun, but you do have to take precautions.
As for Teresa, she's grateful her skin cancers are being detected early, and she says you can still have fun in the sun, just protect yourself. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And as we get another check of your first alert forecast on this Friday morning, if you have any travel plans later on today, you might be dodging a shower or two. It's not a big deal. All the rain that we saw yesterday has finally come to an end. Here's a live look over Hartford, a pretty ominous looking shot here. You see the clouds, mix of sun and clouds, but those clouds will win out later on this morning. Temperatures mid-40s. Everybody chilly out there. The most mild spot is 50, but still with a breeze out of the north and west, it is chilly there as well. First alert futurecast shows an area of low pressure pulling away from Connecticut, but still things remain unsettled. Here's around 5 p.m. Can't rule out a couple showers. Tomorrow morning, more sunshine to start the day as those clouds will win out once again. Can't rule out maybe the chance of a spot shower tomorrow, but much better weather is expected by Sunday and Monday, the pick day of the next 7. Here's a live look in Windsor Locks, 45 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds. We'll detail, though, how warm those temperatures get. That's ahead in your first alert forecast.